Good. Yeah, it was good. They've done a good job. They've gotten better, learning how to practice, be physical, and stay on our feet, and take care of one another, and get lots of reps. So pleased as we kind of close up camp here. We've improved and gotten better. We're not there, but we've definitely trended upwards.
Is there any sort of update with the quarterback competition?
Well, right now it's there's the three guys. There's starting to be some separation, but I'm not ready to comment on that yet.
Could you see yourself playing multiple quarterbacks in the opener?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not against it.
Just in general, kind of how do you feel the team is doing in terms of ramping things up, getting ready for the first game of the year, all that jazz?
Yeah, like I said, it's it's a transition from spring where they're kind of feeling each other out and learning how we like to practice and all those things, learning the system and all those things. And then redoing it in the summer, we got a little bit better, and then through the end of fall camp, we look like a different team. So, we're at that point right now where we're really tired of going against each other. We want to play somebody else, but we still got another week and a half.
The ACC was supposed to vote on Cal and Stanford today, but it ended up canceling its meeting.
Okay.
Do you have any feelings or thoughts about, how this is going, and would you like to see some resolution on this?
Yeah, we'd like to.
Opener?
Yeah, you'd like to. I mean, obviously, don't have control over that. Obviously, we pay attention when I'm given information. I don't get a lot of information. I just trust that they're going to do their work. I believe in our leadership, and hopefully it works out.
If it does go into the season, how do you try to kind of keep the focus on the day-to-day, with all of that swirling over your team?
I don't think that'll be hard. I think we're so focused on day-to-day activities, and then when you have an opponent, pretty much all your energy goes into the preparation. So I don't think it'll be a problem.
I know when I was here last time, we asked about the ACC. Now that it's been out there for a couple weeks now, do you have any more thoughts about just what that would be like for
I think
this team logistically?
I think it would. I think it's an incredible conference. Great teams, great academic institutions. We'd be really happy to be in the ACC. We'll see if it happens, but it'd be an honor to be in there. Obviously, college football's changing, so the whole. Can you stay on the West Coast? Can you stay regionally? I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be great, but it's changing. I'd say yearly, but faster than that. So you got to be able to adapt, and if you want to play Power 5 football, and you got to be able to adjust. And like I said, we're willing to play anywhere, and the ACC would be fantastic.
Obviously, you're here in part because you really value Stanford's brand, what they represent. Is there any part of you that's just kind of surprised that this is still going on and that they're in this position? Or?
I mean, it's just I think we're all in uncharted territory, and it has been going on for a couple of years, and trying to navigate through it. And I'm not privy to all the information, but I try not to judge it. I know I don't have all the information. Obviously, everybody wants resolution to where we're going, but our job is to work day to day, get ready for the season, and then start getting ready for Hawaii, and that's been our focus, and we've had no trouble doing that.
On Hawaii, have you had much time yet to kind of watch film on them, or just kind of how much time have you spent watching film on that team?
Yeah, I've been watching it for about 6 months. So, but they haven't played, so they're going to play on Saturday, so we'll get an idea. They could have changed everything. So they have the benefit of playing in a game, which I think is an advantage. But I guess we have the benefit of being able to see what they're doing and having a little better idea.
Hawaii's obviously been going through a lot with the fires in Maui. I know that team had some players from Lahaina, players who lost loved ones in those fires. Just how much do you feel for a team having to prepare for a season while going through?
It's brutal. We feel for them. We've been over there lots. The people are wonderful, always so welcoming. Your heart breaks of losing loved ones and losing their land, and so obviously football on the scale of that is nothing. So we wish them the best, and looking forward to playing a football game, but also concerned about them and their welfare.
Just in general, as you continue to ramp up with fall camp, just any freshmen, true freshmen that are particularly standing out, catching they're making progress, names come to mind?
Yeah, Cedric, our running back, Irvin, he's done a really good job. He's a tough kid, picked up on it really well. Simi has been incredible. He's playing guard. He looks like he just continues to get better, and he's powerful, and he'll make an impact this season. Trey Williams is another guy that's been very impressive. So just to name, 3 guys, those guys kind of come to the top of my.
You obviously had a really rapid turnaround at Sac State.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a different level, but can you take anything from how quickly you turned things around there into your experience here? Have you been implementing similar things that you did in year 1 at Sac State?
That's a really good question. It's a different scenario for sure. I think really it's the same stuff in terms of you're trying to build confidence in your scheme, in themselves, in each other. You're trying to feel out, what you did offensively in the past and what will work here, and how fast they can kind of take it all in and process it. And you're doing all those things while you're cognizant this is a really young team that has not played a lot of football, so trying to get them as much reps as possible. So I don't think the process changes, but it's a definitely different situation.
Just talk about a couple, from your perspective, what you've seen from you got some talent edge rushers and guys like R.J. Cooper and David Bailey. Just talk about from your perspective what you think kind of that group could bring and how they're looking.
Yeah, and Cooper and David's an incredibly talented player, one of the most talented guys I've been around. So those guys are explosive. We've had trouble blocking them all camp. So they impact you offensively. I can tell you, if we were playing our own team, we would have to be aware of where those guys are and be able to protect them because they're pretty special.
You talked a lot about the importance of players having confidence.
Yeah.
Like how have you tried to build the confidence back up? And given the lean years recently, did you see that kind of wearing on guys a little bit?
I think so. I think anytime you've struggled, your confidence will wane a little bit. But the good thing about sports is, if you have some success, you can lose your confidence quickly. You see it happen to teams in one game, right? But you can gain your confidence back quickly, and that comes from being successful, obviously. So try and put them in positions to be successful. But you also got to test them and put them in scenarios that are going to be difficult. And in the season, things aren't going to go perfect. They just never do for the teams that win it all. So you just try and prepare them, and you try to be the same guy as a leader, as a coach. We try to treat our guys the same way, no matter if they've had a great day or not so great day. We just go back to work and coach and realize that each day we'll get a little bit better. And the goal is to play our very best, and no one knows how good that is, but we'll find out.
Like you said, it's a young team that you're kind of bringing along. One of the experienced players you do have, some of the returning productions, Ben Urasic, tight end. How much have you leaned on him, and what have you seen from him?
Ben's been great. A great day to day. He's a playmaker. He's really competitive. And he's got great composure in competitive situations. So he's been tight end's a huge position in our offense, and he's pretty special.
What have you been focusing on in rebuilding the roster? Like, what have been kind of the traits you're looking for beyond just being really smart?
Yeah. So that's the ante to get in, right? You have to have a good transcript and have done the work, and then guys that love football, are really mentally tough, that are going to compete, super competitive. And if they have those two things and a little bit of ability, obviously you got to be big enough and fast enough and all those things. And those are the type of guys we're looking for.
How's Chico Holt looking? How's he adjusting, coming in late and having to just talk about how things are going for him?
Yeah, Chico's a great kid, and trial by fire, you're thrown in there immediately. All these guys most of the guys have been here, in the spring and then all summer, and he's got to jump in and learn an offense, get to know everybody. We have great guys, so they treat him well. Chico's a very talented young man. He's going to be a good player. He's just going to continue to progress like everybody else.
Do you think the Sac State fans will recognize the offense?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it pretty similar?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the concepts are all the same. There's tweaks every year, but the general philosophy and concepts, and then you just figure out what your guys do well. So you may be a little heavier in one area or lighter in another area, and part of that you find out during camp, but you also, the first game, you find out, oh, maybe we're not very good at that, or we're pretty good at this, and so you got to adjust in real time. And but the offense is the same.
Anybody else? We have time for one more. I'm going to get the last one in. Connor, if you could slide your phone just out of the way of the shot a little bit. Coach, the 2023 Eddie Robinson Award banquet is coming up. You obviously won the award back in 2019. What does that award mean to you? Obviously the namesake behind it, but also just being honored with that prestigious award.
It was a huge honor. You know, growing up as a kid, you know, Eddie Robinson was coaching. He was a living legend, not just for the success that he had on the field, but you hear from players that played for him and the quality of person he was, how they impacted their life. So having the award named after him is a huge honor, and it's obviously been a special thing for me.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
It's good.